Welcome back to another episode of Fem Forward. And today's hosts are Nubia Fernandez
and Yaretzy Martinez.
And today we're going to be talking about just our story of how we met and how we became friends and why we're here today. So, would you like to start us off,
Yes. Came to school during 6th grade. We came from Bridge Prep. We both went to Bridge Preps.
Went to the Inter-American campus.
Oh, yeah. Inter-American, and I went to Greater Miami.
So basically, I came in 6th grade. We weren't really friends. I met her in my first period art class, and I remember thinking she was just one of those kids who wanted to be, on top, academic weapon, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not about that yet. So I kind of just let her do her thing. I did my thing. I was mostly friends with seniors you may know, like Sophia Luo, Amanda, Bencomo. Yeah, that was my little group. And then Yada, you were friends with?
I was friends with Sophia. But we just didn't know that we were both friends with her. And a couple other people that left the school now. But yeah.
And then really we just kind of knew of each other until quarantine, and that affected us in the 7th grade.
Yeah. It was I got added spontaneously to a call with our other best friend. And from then forward it was just
yeah,
it clicked.
It's really funny because even to this day, people will call out for me in the halls and they'll be like, Yaretzy! And it's everyone confuses us, and I'm like, it's so funny, and it's not even because of how we look, it's because we're just inseparable, I guess. Anyways, okay.
Yeah, so we volunteer for a non-profit called Breakthrough Miami. Go Breakthrough. Yes. Miami Country Day. Yeah, I've been volunteering there for 3 years now. I also worked with the organization, but she volunteers over the school year. And our site director, Miss B, shout out to Miss B, we love you. She calls us the dynamic duo.
Yeah, but yeah, we love Breakthrough. If you guys don't know what Breakthrough Miami is, Yaretzy said, it's a non-profit organization, and basically it follows scholars from 5th grade all the way to 12th grade, senior year, and it's just a really great opportunity because it exposes them to college tours. I'm pretty sure the scholars went to go tour U Miami over the summer, so it exposes them to that, to leadership. And what we do, we volunteer at Super Saturdays, so we give them extra enrichments, so they could be, more advanced than their other peers. This group of people that they nurture from 5th to 12th grade, they're just amazing individuals, and really it's an amazing program. So if you could get into it, even if it's just volunteering, you should get on it because it's amazing and you will never forget it.
If you have any questions about Breakthrough, you can always find us in the hallway. You are more than welcome to put you with any of the host sites. So yeah.
Both started off doing posse, and Yaretzy is our posse winner. She's going to Davidson College. Go Wildcats!
I'll talk about our experience with posse because we started off posse. Well, I learned about posse sophomore year, and then junior year, I went to Shama about it.
So let's talk about Posse because you guys might not know what it is. So Posse is a full tuition scholarship, and basically the whole point of a posse, it's in the name, Posse. So you go with a group of people. Your posse is how many?
8 people.
8 people for Davidson. You go with these group of people from Miami, and you go through your 4 years of college together. And it's basically to give you a sense of home and to just better support you through this very rigorous transition that you're about to embark on.
Yeah, our founder, her friend told her I wouldn't have dropped out of college if I had my posse.
Exactly.
So then she came about with this organization that was built to bring people from the same place as you, that come from the same schools that you may come from, that you go to these places that are foreign to you, but you guys have somebody there with you. So the Miami posse schools are Syracuse, Hamilton, Pomona, Mount Holyoke, and Davidson,
and we're missing one. Franklin and Marshall. Thank you.
And yeah, so it was 6 of us that got nominated for posse, 6 or 8 of us, and we all went through with DAP 1 because there's a 3 DAP process. So DAPs are different interviews, they go
different stages,
do together. So we all went to DAP 1, and it was very interactive, very leadership based, very how do you work with people. And then all of the posse nominees from our school, we got the same DAP. And we all came out of that DAP proceeding to DAP 2 person. So it's you have an interview with one of the posse staff members, and they ask you like more about yourself and different unique questions that just like make you stand out in a sense. And then from DAP 2, that's when me, Nubia, and Sophie got picked out. We were the finalists for our school. And Nubia was for Pomona, I was for Davidson, and Sophia was for Franklin and Marshall. I did proceed with DAP 3. 21 people were in my DAP 3. So out of those 21 people, 50% of them are going to get into a posse, or less. And basically it's the interview with all the people that are that passed all 3 DAPs, or all 2 DAPs, in a room for that school, with the posse staff and the people from Davidson or the college that you chose. And then from there, then they're gonna pick 10, 8 to like 12 people to be in your posse. But then we also have in the room with us Nubia, who was Questbridge finalist, right? So talk about your process with Questbridge.
Okay, let's talk about that. So it's all really of a funny story. I'll tell you why in a second. So originally I wasn't even going to do Questbridge because Questbridge has a college prep scholars program, which is a program that follows you in your junior year of summer, like your summer before going into to senior year. And that's basically just giving you just more information about the partner schools, why you should do the national college match. If you're not doing that, then it's completely fine because there's so many scholars with Questbridge that continue regular decision and are still a Questbridge scholar and get a really amazing scholarship. Like sometimes it's even better to do regular decision because there's people that have come out with full rides regardless of not getting matched. So they teach you all about that stuff. I remember I attended one of those Zoom conferences with all of the partner schools, and there you get one-on-one time to ask them about, just any concerns you may have to see if that college is really fit for you. And I got selected as a college prep scholar. It's funny because I did the application a day before it was due. I didn't think, I don't know, I didn't want to do it, but then there was something in my gut was like, let's do it either way. I did it, I got in, but me and Emerald were Young Women's college prep scholars for Questbridge, and then after that, you get to proceed with the National College Match. Now that's open to everyone. National College Match is basically where you make a separate application other than your college prep scholar application, and you rank the schools that you would like to be considered to match for. And a match is a full ride scholarship, and this is dependent of your merit and of your income. And after that, you get selected as a finalist. The only ones who proceeded as finalists were me and Emerald Tejas. And that story was such a funny day of how we found out, because actually we found out at a college fair, and Miss Shalma was with us, and we were just touring. We were looking around, looking at the Florida schools, and we see Miss Shalma coming up to us in tears. We're like, Miss Shalma, what happened? She's like, Emerald got Questbridge finalist, and then she made us check, and I qualified. So I proceeded as finalist, and after you proceed as a finalist, you confirm whether or not you actually want those schools to be your final rankings. And then after that, you have to wait a couple more months, and on December 2nd, they release whether or not you got matched. And unfortunately, I did not get matched, and it's fine because Emerald is our Questbridge matchee, and she got matched on a full ride to Columbia University.
Go Lions!
Amazing. But any of my juniors that are going to be seniors, do not be discouraged if you didn't get matched. It's completely fine. I'm still continuing regular decision. Right now, I've been accepted to Bear University. So she texted me something that night when I was like in my room all sad and depressed. She was like, college application season is a marathon.
That's the one.
And just because, let's say, I tripped, doesn't mean I'm still not in it. So definitely that's something that you have to keep with you, because December was really rough for me. It was rejection after rejection. I got deferred from FSU. I got deferred from UChicago. I didn't get National College Match. I didn't get one of the scholarships I was applying towards. But it's fine because now January, it's a new year, and
I got Girl Talk Book Scholarship.
woo, woo, woo. And I got waitlisted for UCF, which is a win because technically I'm just on the list.
Right.
And I got presidential scholarship from Barry University. And yeah,
I feel like as girls who are in a school with such high rigor, we're so accustomed to people at the end of the day not saying no to us.
yeah,
And then you come to senior year saying no, and that you can't go into schools and you don't get the scholarship and no sé qué, no sé cuánto, and then that hurts because you've never really been exposed to that type of rejection, especially academically.
humbled.
Exactly.
We just, in such a small school, especially for me, I've always thought of myself very highly when it comes to academics, that when I applied for college right now, and I'm still applying to like my universities, it's really humbling to see it's like, you know, they're not just looking for academics, they're looking for more. What keeps me going is that I know I'm going to get into the right place, and I know everything's going to work out for a reason. That's just the mentality you have to keep. Because rejection, you're going to get a lot of it, and that's the truth. But you're going to end up in the exact place you were meant to be in. And let me tell you the story of why I had to give up Posse, because this is something, you know, it was a decision I had to make. So I did continue with Questbridge, and unfortunately, even though I did get finalists for both scholarships, you can only continue with one or the other. So Questbridge is a full ride, which is a lot more convenient for me because of my economic situation, whereas Posse is just full tuition. So I chose the, I guess, safer option and decided to continue with Questbridge, but still didn't, you know, I didn't end up matching, and that's perfectly fine because there's so many other scholarships.
And no, I think it's honestly good that you bring awareness about this, because for example, that was a question I think most of our class had when it came to application season, even towards junior year when most of us were applying for college prep scholars. Because I feel like that was my thing, like I knew I wanted Posse since the beginning, but at the end of the day, like you said, like Questbridge is the most, like, it's the most safer option. You're not paying anything, but Posse is just full tuition. Like you have to pay where you're gonna live, how you're gonna eat, all that is up to you. But the point is, to my juniors, look, while we're here, I know, like, just try to get the most advice you can from a senior. And the reason why is because I feel like we haven't really been exposed to the reality of college season, college prep season, and all that jazz. Ask all the questions you can, because there's things at the end of the day that a senior might know that you don't know. There's programs, there's scholarships since freshman year for all the freshmen, for all the sophomores. I know you think that it's freshman year and you don't have anything to know, baby girl. Let me tell you the reality of this. What you're gonna do is you're gonna get on Raise Me. You're gonna start applying for the macro scholarship. For every grade that you put in, there's at least $10 scholarships that you are going to get. And you know what? Maybe you look at the colleges and universities, their partner colleges and universities, and you're like, this is not for me. But it's a safety. It's a safety where, for example, if I wouldn't have gotten Posse, I probably would have ended up at FIU, and I had over $10,000 in micro scholarships just for FIU.
Let me tell you something that's going to be so raw and something you're going to understand once you get into senior year. I personally was one of those people in junior year who's like, yeah, no, FIU, FSU, UF, I don't want to stay in Florida. I'm not even going to apply to those. I'm going to leave. I'm going to go to Stanford. It's not easy. It's not that easy. Because, I don't know, the chances of me getting into Stanford, I could get into Stanford. But now, where is that money going to come from? So, an experience that hopefully Sheba will talk about next week. Like, there's some cases where you could get accepted and you just can't afford it.
And it's not that, again, you can totally do it. Like, we're not saying that it's not like a possibility. It is. But there's a difference. The acceptance is one thing, and how you're going to pay for it is a different thing. For example, like, like she said, there's Ivy Leagues that you merit-wise can totally get it, just because of your extracurriculars, your community service hours, your grades that you've been getting since kindergarten, where you've been getting straight A's since forever. You can do it. But then, how are you going to pay for that $92K, that room and board, that plane ticket all the way over there? That's the issue.
And that's why I say it now, apply to those Florida schools. I never would have thought that I'd be praying to get into FIU, but I am, and that's the reality of it. And FIU is amazing. That's something you're gonna learn wherever you go to, regardless if it's Ivy League, regardless if it's like the worst, I don't know, like a community college. It does not matter. A degree is a degree, and a good student is a good student. You're gonna come on top, and that's gonna be dependent on you, not dependent of where you went to.
We come into the school thinking that a C is like the worst thing you could see.
Yeah.
To my middle schoolers, you are fine. You are okay. You are valuable. Your grades are not everything.
They do not define you.
Okay. Prioritize yourself, how you feel, and then prioritize your grades. Something that I like. Something here at the school is that we get so caught up in the rigor of how we have to be excellent that we forget about ourselves. We forget that we also have to take care of how we're doing mentally, physically also. And it's okay. It's okay to miss out one day. I've said this before. It's okay to miss a day. It's okay to fail a test. You'll come back. It's fine. Okay.
Coming from two students that have been there and have done that, you'll be fine.
You'll really be fine.
You'll be fine. And also, this is something I forgot to say. If you don't want to go to college, college is not for everyone. Just because, especially in this school, it's really just not talked about. It's like you have to go to college or that's it. No. If it's not for you, it's not for you. Don't get peer pressured into the, yeah, well, everyone else is doing it, let me do it too. No, you are your own person.
Sure, it's your path. It's your greatness. Don't let people take that away from you.
And there's no wrong answer to your greatness.
Exactly. So everybody has something amazing about them.
Yeah.
And don't let that be belittled by people around.
Oh, of course.
Please don't. And that is it for this episode of Fem Forward.
And please follow us on our Instagram at fem_forward_.
And you can also look at us or see us on your Spotify, and Apple Music is soon to come at Fem Forward. And here on YouTube as well, where you can see our beautiful, lovely faces.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for the episodes to come.
Bye.